Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a huge question, maybe the biggest. Where do we really come from? Not just evolution on Earth, but consciousness itself across, well, maybe infinite realities. We're digging into this fascinating work called The First Human, Journey Across the Allverse. Our mission really is to explore origins before history, before planets cooled, even before the first stars flickered on.
It's a massive idea, isn't it? The source just throws you right in. It says, before the first human opened their eyes, before Earth cooled from molten rock, before stars even ignited, there was only the Allverse.
Right.
That scale is just, wow, hard to grasp.
Yeah, totally. So if we're talking before time, before atoms, what even is this Allverse according to the first human? How do they describe it?
Well, that's what's so interesting. It's not a place, not physical. The book calls it the raw code of existence. Think of it like a boundless ocean, but of energy and pure possibility.
Raw code, like a computer program.
Sort of. Yeah, but infinitely more fundamental. They use this great analogy. Imagine an infinite library where every book contains not just a story, but an entire universe.
An entire universe in each book.
So it's not just vast, it's like the blueprint for vastness. And it says, in this space, there are no atoms, no time, only pure consciousness wandering through equations.
No time, no atoms, just consciousness and equations.
You know,
That's abstract.
It really is. It strips everything away. And then it gets even more specific, mentioning math.
Right, you mentioned that. What's the mathematical angle here?
Yeah, it gives this equation. Mathematically, the Allverse resembles a universal wave function.
Yeah, okay, wait. You lose me in the symbols.
No math lesson, I promise. Basically, think of it like every possible reality, every timeline, every frequency, all existing simultaneously, stacked atop each other, as the book says, no separation, yet infinite potential. Like all possible music existing before a single note is played.
Wow. Okay, so infinite potential, no structure we'd recognize. Can you really picture that?
Yeah.
Existence without, well, anything familiar. It's tough. So how does anything happen? How does consciousness emerge from that?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. The source talks about the first spark of awareness. It wasn't human, obviously, not physical at all. It was simply observation itself.
Observation itself.
Yeah, a presence that kind of whispered, I am. The first self-awareness, maybe.
I am.
And here's the cool link. The book touches on quantum physics. You know, the idea that observing something can actually change it, collapse the wave function.
Oh, right, the observer effect.
Exactly. Yeah. It suggests this first spark, this I am, it leapt between potential realities, searching for resonance. Like its awareness started pulling possibilities into focus.
So it's not just philosophy, it connects to actual scientific theory.
That's pretty wild. What does that mean, though? Why did it happen? Well, the book doesn't frame it as a why in terms of intention, not like a human choice. It's more like an inherent property, like infinite potential almost inevitably leads to a point of observation, you know, an emergent thing.
Emergent. Okay, so it wasn't decided, it just happened.
That seems to be the implication. And for us, it suggests our own consciousness might tap into that same fundamental power of observation, that same ability to shape reality, maybe.
Okay, this is huge. How can we even visualize this? Going from infinite potential to us.
The book uses a really helpful model. Fractals? You know those patterns that repeat at different scales?
Yeah, like snowflakes or coastlines.
Exactly. So picture existence layered like a fractal. At the very top, the absolute source, you have the Allverse. That's the endless canvas where all outcomes exist. Pure potential.
Okay, the infinite blueprint.
Then the first split in the fractal,
right,
the Omniverse. Here, consciousness starts to fragment into countless experimental realities.
Yeah.
And crucially, each branch here can have unique laws of nature. Totally different physics. Wild stuff.
Whoa, okay. Experimental realities.
Then you zoom in further and you get the multiverse M. This is more structured, like a fractal lattice. Here, probability flows like rivers forming worlds, and physics starts to stabilize enough for things like life to potentially emerge. Things are getting a bit more orderly.
Right, recognizable physics, maybe?
Getting closer, yeah. And then finally, within that lattice, you find our universe. Our specific reality is described as the thread that collapses into time, evolution, and eventually us.
Just one thread? Wow. And the book mentions other threads, right?
Yeah.
Where humans didn't happen or were different.
Exactly. It says in some, humans never existed, or maybe they were beings of light. It really highlights how specific our path is. That first spark of consciousness that I am, it eventually found a thread, the equation that would one day produce Homo sapiens.
Found a thread. It almost sounds like a choice, but based on what you said, maybe more like resonance, finding the right frequency.
That's a good way to put it. Resonance seems key. Less a conscious decision, more a natural settling into a compatible pathway out of infinite options.
Okay, let's unpack this. If our consciousness, our very essence, traveled through all this, from the Allverse down, what does that mean for us sitting here?
Well, the source paints this incredible picture. It says the first human's soul, or consciousness, whatever term you like, traveled for eternities. Imagine passing through layers of existence like light through a prism. That's the journey it describes to get here.
Through eternities.
Wow. And it gets personal, too. The book suggests maybe those weird feelings we sometimes have.
Oh, what?
Like every dream you've had of flying, of infinite space, of déjà vu, may be echoes of this journey through the Allverse.
So those dreams aren't just random brain noise. They could be.
Echoes.
Echoes, yeah. Residual whispers from that immense cosmic history we carry within us. That's the idea, anyway.
That's profound. It reframes everything. So before the first campfire, before language, before the first heartbeat even, humanity existed as a cosmic traveler, the book says, drifting from infinity to finity, from thought into flesh.
From thought into flesh. That's quite the transformation. So here's the big question then, maybe for you listening to. If our consciousness really has journeyed that far, through all these layers, all these potential realities, what does that say about our potential now? What does it imply about the reality we experience every day? Is there more to it than we see?
Exactly. If our origins aren't just biology on this one planet, but something woven into the fabric of the cosmos itself, stemming from this infinite Allverse, what does it really mean to be human? What does it mean for you to carry that entire, ancient, almost unbelievable journey inside you right now? It certainly makes you think, doesn't it, about who we are and maybe, just maybe, what we're capable of.